Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am driving on my way to the Mopop Museum, the Museum of Pop Culture. This used to be known as the Experience Music Project and was recently rebranded. There's actually a Marvel Comics exhibit with some original art, as well as some fantastic props from the movies. And I'm hoping to go down there and take some photos, show you guys around, and just have a fun time.
I always forget how tall that stupid thing is. So, coming to Seattle is always a little bit bittersweet. I do love it down here, and I've spent 36 of my 40 years alive living in the Seattle area. I have some great memories of being in the downtown Seattle area. I used to live about 5 blocks from the Space Needle, and I've been down here for lots of good things and lots of sad things. I was down here for the Kurt Cobain Memorial after he passed away, and I was down here for the Lane Staley Memorial after he passed away. I remember vividly coming down to the last season of the Sonics, and it was very, very sad. And last time I went even to Key Arena was to go see System of a Down with Tom and Comic Pops and our friend John Hill. So coming down here is a very interesting thing. There is a vibrancy to Seattle. There is something about Seattle that is amazing that is missing. There are some things about Seattle that are, I don't know, never to be regained. And then you've got things like the Mopop, where you actually are taking the vibrancy and everything special about Seattle and putting it into a centralized location. It's very cool that we have a museum for all of the music. It's very cool that we have music for all of this pop culture stuff and all of these science fiction things. And right now, we're gonna be going in. Super bittersweet on this. Seeing all this Pearl Jam memorabilia brings me back 20 years plus. This is amazing, very, very cool. Some great stuff. If you have the opportunity to come to Seattle and are a fan of anything musical, you've got to come here as well. All right, heading up to Mecca right now. We're gonna see what happens, but if you guys can make it out to here before it closes, it's gonna be rad. That was ridiculously fun. Yeah, I spent almost 3 hours in the museum. Loved every minute of it. There were so many great places. I decided against shooting video once we got in there, mainly because it was so dark, and I wasn't quite sure what would turn out and what wouldn't. But I took a lot of great photos. Got a couple swag bags. We're gonna have some good giveaways. We will see how many episodes I need to do. There was a lot of stuff to talk about. Saw a lot of great things, and I would love to tell you all about it. So I'm gonna go grab some food and maybe shoot a little bit while I'm here, and then go home and start doing some editing, shoot some more. Thanks again. Initial reaction before I drive home. It was worth it. I was a little bit concerned initially because the cost of the museum is like $25 to $27, and it was $8 extra to get in the Marvel exhibit. It seems a little steep, but for the amount of things I was able to do, the amount of things I was able to go through, and the coolness of the Marvel exhibit. Wind and seagulls, I guess that's just kind of Seattle. The exhibit was ridiculously cool. There was a Pearl Jam section, there was a Nirvana section, which is great for music people, but there's a fantasy section, there was a horror section, there's a science fiction section, and a Hall of Fame section. All of the above were absolutely gorgeous. All of the above were worth going through and walking through. The Marvel exhibit was very, very impressive. The fact that they had covers of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1 and Iron Man #1, the fact that it had original art pages from Marvel Comics #1, it had some fantastic things. There were a couple things that were, as a person who's been a collector for many, many years and a person who owns a comic book store, there were a couple things that made it into the museum that I was a little shocked about, and there were a couple things that they had in the case that were very clearly facsimiles. But you know what? For the general masses, it's fantastic. And when this comes to a town near you, go, absolutely go. It was worth seeing. It was worth being close to this stuff. The Mopop in Seattle has some fantastic things, and for those of you who are Seattle local and visiting Seattle, it is worth going for the science fiction and for every other part of it. There's rotating museums all the time. They have an exhibit coming in very shortly that is a Prince-based one about his life and his times, and I will probably come back for that because I'm a massive Prince fan. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below for an opportunity to win one of the swag bags.